롱은 어떻게 롱것이죠? Winners.
Well, so, ladies and gentlemen, we have observed two traditions of World Maritime Day celebrations. The flag raising ceremony, which symbolizes our unity, our sovereignty and commitment, especially to safeguarding our maritime domain. And secondly, the laying of the wreath. Yes, we honor those who have served, who have sacrificed, and who have lost their lives at sea. The laying of the wreaths in remembrance of their courage and their dedication. Well, at this point in time, I would like, it is my great honor to invite our chief guest, the Honorable Assistant Minister, Honorable Naisa Trinidad, to deliver his address for this important occasion.
Yun, nakuha yung turang MC. Turang na total sa mga komunikaw. The Permanent Secretary of Public Works, Meteorological Services and Transport, Mr. Paul Marinibuka. The Chairman of the Renters Board of the Board, Mr. Rina Sarah. The Director for the Pacific Center for Maritime Studies, Chair of the World Maritime Day Committee, Mr. Penemanredi, our distinguished guests, children that are here with us, students from the Sulu Grammar, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, Nisambula Binaka. I want to begin by asking you all to imagine this with me, that every second that passes, somewhere in the world, a ship is carrying goods across the ocean. It could be food that ends up on our dinner table, fuel that keeps industries alive, or even the cars that we drive. And at any moment, depending on the circumstances, these ships could be involved in an incident that could unleash an environmental catastrophe. Imagine, just for a moment, if such a disaster were to happen closer to home, say the Pacific, or worse, just in Fijian waters. To the world, Fiji is called a small island developing state. To each other, we best known as large ocean states. 98% of Fiji is the ocean, and 75% of our people depend on it directly for their livelihoods. Our seas are rich in life, with extensive and highly diversified of marine habitats like seagrass, protected and exposed soft shores, the lagoons, coral reefs, and slopes. In fact, Fiji is the third largest mangrove area in the Pacific, covering over 500 square kilometers. These marine habitats support a rich biodiversity and major subsistence and moderate commercial fisheries. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's known fact that maritime transport accounts for more than 80% of all the global trade. Here in Fiji, our 8 international port facilities receive foreign ships of all kinds, such as bulk carriers, cargo carriers, cruise liners, fishing vessels, and more. In the last 2 years, 6 of these ports received 3,165 ships. So we can see that trade happens every day. That means that we live with constant weight of risk to our livelihood and the marine environment every day. This is why we have embraced this year's theme for World Maritime Day: our ocean, our obligation, our opportunity. We are proud to call ourselves a large ocean state, but with such pride comes an equal part of responsibility. In the last 5 years, Fiji recorded a total of 15 domestic oil spills, including the Southern Phoenix incident in 2017, which was classified as a Tier 3 spill. Internationally, just this past weekend, the High Seas Treaty, the landmark agreement to protect marine biodiversity in the areas beyond national jurisdiction, reached its milestone of 60 states ratification needed to trigger its entry into force. Fiji was one of those building blocks of those 60 states that deposited the High Seas Treaty in June this year at the 3rd United Nations Ocean Conference in Nice, France. And alongside these conventions, we have the conventions like the Preventions of Pollutions from Ships on Mackerel, which just marked 50 years since adoption, continue to safeguard our seas. Fiji has ratified 4 of 6 annexes, and these reflected in domestic laws, enabling our maritime administration, the Maritime Safety Authority of Fiji, MSF, to work with partners at home and abroad to respond to spills in our waters. Just last week, Fiji hosted a regional symposium on marine pollution emergency response with partners from the UK, SPRED, Maritime New Zealand, and AMSA. That symposium strengthened both our national and regional capacity on the Pacific Marine Spill Contingency Plan, or PEC plan, to ensure Pacific nations can stand together when disaster strikes. Through these joint agency efforts, there's also been some $1 million US fund secured to clear the derelict vessels within the port boundary, some still posing high risks to the environment since they've both not been cleaned and cleared of the oils within them. So ladies and gentlemen, you've heard me speak about what we are doing, or what we have been doing on international platforms, regional and national platforms. But now, the question remains, what can I do on a personal, on an individual basis to help protect my ocean? And I speak to you, the young generations, to the boys and the girls that are here today. The answer is simple. It starts with choices. Choosing not to throw a wrapper into the sea. Choosing to use a rubbish bin instead of over the seawall. These small decisions, multiplied by thousands of us, protect the very ocean that sustains us. I speak more to the youths of today and the leaders of tomorrow. The maritime industry is a busy, proud and vital sector. But with that pride comes an equal responsibility to protect it. A If we fail to act, our ocean, our food sources, our lifeline will be at a greater risk than ever before. We, the present custodians, are holding the fort to keep the ocean sustainable for you. They will come when it is your turn. Maritime sector awaits your voices, your ideas, and your courage to carry this forward with you. Great obligation, saying it is our ocean, our obligation, and our opportunity. Again, a happy World Maritime Day to you all. Assalamualaikum.
With the Chief Guest, Honorable Naisa Pinataba, for addressing us this morning on our World Maritime Day celebration. And yes, 2 times you quote the phrase, with such pride comes equal responsibility. And thank you for the message to our young people and to the students who are listening in today. For the young generation, it starts with your choice. For your address. Well, to mark this joyous celebration, we will now proceed to the cake cutting ceremony, and there's a big cake that is in front on the stage with us, and I will invite our chief guest, the Honorable Assistant Minister, and may I also call on stage the Permanent Secretary, please, if you can join, and the Director of the Public Center for Maritime Studies to do the honors of cutting the celebration cake this morning. Well, since it's a celebration to the students who are watching me, you have a job to do after they cut the cake. We'll just make some noise. Okay, students, let's make some noise, please. I can't hear you. Thank you.
Three cheers for World Maritime Day, Rip!
And I'll invite our official party on the stage if they can take their seats that is prepared in front, because we will be watching some presentation after this. May I can invite the official party to retire to the floor, please. And can we have some officials to remove the cake so that the students and the audience could clearly watch the next line of presentations that is coming up. We have the assistance of some of the students from Maritime, please. If you can just help carry the cake first. Don't carry the table. I think we have 2 desks there.
Namdan kita kan masih.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. As a part of our progress this morning, before we tour the booths and the facilities, we will be watching a free presentation, and they have to do with the projects and sharing of best practices, rather. And first, please let's welcome Sarah Sharma on Blue Prosperity. Please, a round of applause. We welcome Sarah Sharma and show us more on Blue Prosperity.
Honorable Assistant Minister, dignified dignitaries from various organizations. My name is Sarah Sharma. I work with the Blue Prosperity Fiji program. This is a government initiative based out of PM's office and embedded in relevant technical ministries that looks at ocean space and ocean management. While we are waiting for the slides. Just a brief background. The program started in 2021 and was reaffirmed by the government in 2023 to continue with the ocean management, and this looks at 100% sustainable management of our ocean space as well as 30% full protection. We work with various agencies. This includes NGOs that work in our space, inland ministries, as well as other technical agencies that look after the ocean. I have a slideshow, but it's like we have some technical difficulties. I'll continue. As I said, Blue Prosperity Fiji, the purpose is to support healthy ocean, thriving communities, and prosperous economies. So the program looks at ocean space as a whole. It looks at the marine environment, the resources that we have, the people that are dependent on it, as well as livelihoods and income generation for the communities and the country. There are approximately 850 coastal communities that are directly dependent on the ocean for sustenance. And just making a note that there will be quizzes after the presentation, so please listen attentively, and there will be prizes for the quiz answers as well. Fiji's marine environment boasts an extensive habitat and ecosystem. We now have the slides. As I said earlier, the reaffirmation was signed in 2023 by the Honorable Prime Minister and Mr. Wade. So Blue Prosperity Fiji is funded by Ted Wade, who's a philanthropist, and his intention is to help save our oceans and better manage them. Fiji's EEZ encompasses 1.29 million square kilometers of the ocean, and with approximately 850 coastal communities directly dependent, and the whole of Fiji indirectly dependent, as well as many of our surrounding neighboring countries. So when we talk about sustainable management and protection, what does this look like? We look at areas that are fully protected, areas that are highly protected with some management measures, as well as areas with multiple use zones and areas with potential uses. So, illustrating what I have just said in terms of when I talk about sustainable management of the ocean, what does it really mean? As stated earlier, and when we talk about maritime, we look at transport, we look at tourism, we look at fishing, but the ocean takes care of all these activities, and a healthy ocean is what our industries, our people and our communities thrive on. So making sure that sustainable management and protection is something that all of us keep in mind while we are using our ocean space. Blue Prosperity Fiji focuses on 3 pillars. This is marine spatial planning. This is where all the users of the ocean comes into play. Blue economy, identifying areas or opportunities that has economic returns or income generation for the communities, as well as sustainable fisheries, making sure that our fisheries are sustained. Marine spatial planning looks at all the multiple use that we have in this space. So it's not only protection, it is making sure that the uses are sustainable and do not harm any of the sectors that the ocean is dependent on. This process is based on available science. This is community driven. It's transparent and inclusive. Everybody is able to take part and understand the different activities that takes place here. And it's flexible and customizable. Which means if you have a marine protected area or a marine managed area in one of your Golis, you decide how you are going to use it, whether you are going to fish for some species or not fish, whether you are going to allow boats to zoom past in your waters when you have breeding taking place. So marine spatial planning uses a lot of this information and data to make sure that you are able to plan the use of your area in a manner that is in harmony with all the other users. One of the key components of marine spatial planning, like I said, the first one is having a good science data set. So in 2023, Fiji government, Minister of Fisheries led the National Science Expedition with Blue Prosperity Fiji, Ministry of Ecology Affairs and our rescue communities. We had experts from the White Institute, local experts, so it was a combination of local knowledge, local expertise, and the technology and modern science that is available to undertake one of the most biggest surveys for Fiji in terms of coral reefs. This survey took place from May to August 2023, and the information that was collected was on coral reefs, fish and invertebrate, and water quality. Again, this is to plug into our marine spatial planning process and make sure that this data is used for and helps us to plan our use better. The first step that we took in terms of undertaking this survey was community consultations. Ahead of the expedition, the team successfully executed an extensive community consultation and awareness campaign, reaching out to more than 100 communities in Fiji where we had identified dive sites. So the first process was to get our communities involved, inform them of what we intended to do, get advice on what are the right places to be, get information on historic knowledge on tambu areas and the traditional knowledge that exists in terms of species of special significance or areas of special significance. So this was not done in isolation in a room where all scientists sit, but it was an inclusive process where community members and partners were involved. So once community consultations were carried out, we had our divers in the water, and this was again a combination of experts and local team. To retain the skills dividend in the country, the team encompassed half of the team were from Fiji, part of it from the Ministry of Fisheries Research Division, and part of it were from academia or NGO partners that work in Fiji. So some of the environment or ecosystems that was studied or looked at by the team. Moving on, the divers around Fiji studied 272 locations across the country. This was a 3-month nationwide survey, and 91 temperature lowers were deployed to make sure that we were also able to collect some data in terms of climate change and the changing temperatures in our waters. Some of the methodologies included taking photographs at survey sites using photo mosaics. So each diver was carrying a big camera, collecting photos of the coral reef. 26,300 square meters of coral reefs were mapped. 56 genera of hard corals were recorded in the photo quadrant surveys, and most of these were hard corals, Acropora, Fossilopora, and Poraides. These were the most common ones identified in Fiji. These are all hard corals. Divers also looked at macroinvertebrates at each dive site, and by macroinvertebrates I mean giant clams, trochus, sea cucumbers. 86 species of these macroinvertebrates were recorded in the transit surveys that we had. Divers also encountered 612 different species of fish, highlighting the rich biodiversity, and surgeonfish was the most common one that was seen, followed by fusiliers and parrotfish. The team also collected 1,184 algae samples to measure water quality. And if you can see in the picture, this is walls of Nama sea grapes, one of our favorite seafoods. This picture was taken in the Lao group. So you can see what pristine environment looks like when it's left untouched or sustainably managed. They still exist in our waters. In terms of the expedition products, so I've just briefly summarized what we had done and what we had collected, just to give you an idea of what our marine environment looks like. But we have reports that are available. We also, so if you recall, when we initially started the expedition, we reached out to communities to get their approval and inform them. After the process, we went back to the communities with provincial reports. So for each province, we developed a summary of what we had found out and took it back to the communities, translated in the Ethiopian language, and through different seminars, this were shared with them. This was also featured at the National Resource Owners Committee meeting, where the resource custodians were also made aware of the research and what are in their waters and the intervention that may be needed. As we know, the theme for this year is our ocean, our obligation, our opportunity. I think we see our ocean, we see our opportunity, but most of our time we miss our obligation. So let's be strong custodians and leaders of the ocean space. Let's be good shareholders, because this is a shared space with not just humans, but the many marine creatures that live out there. Every action matters, so let's make sure they are the right ones, whether it's putting rubbish up in the highlands or overfishing out at sea. Each action ultimately ends in the ocean and has an impact. And the need to work collectively to ensure that our oceans are safe for one and all. After our expedition and what I've shared, Blue Prosperity Fiji, in terms of pulling our partnerships is working with various other research institutions to collect more data, and one of them is National Geographic Pristine Seas. I'll share a short clip before I end the presentation on the recent expedition that took place, and this was in the deep waters of Fiji's ocean. Unfortunately, we cannot hear the video, but it's still a good video to see and understand. Unfortunately, we cannot hear the video, but it's still a good video to see and understand. All this research is happening in our waters by our own people, and this is also an inspiration to students who are planning to take marine affairs or any of the ocean science programs. There's a lot of opportunities available, even if you are not in the ocean or marine field. Everybody plays an important role in terms of making sure that our environment is safe. Sometimes when we are looking out of Suva, all we see is Suva Harbour, but there's lots of habitats and ecosystems that exist all around Fiji that need our attention, either to safeguard it, to maintain it, or make sure that they are sustainable. They also present an opportunity to earn income for your communities, families, or for Fiji. During the expedition, while we saw some very healthy communities, we also saw some communities that were degraded, some ecosystems that need urgent attention. You can see the size of fish over the period gets smaller. So making the right choice in terms of when you are out there in the market as a consumer. This is a submersible that goes down to 700 meters. However, the deepest that we did in Fiji was to 250 meters, where we went down to collect information on the ecosystems that exist. These ecosystems exist at 500 meters. And this is from a deep water dive camera that's at 2,000 meters. This is a submersible in our waters. During the survey, we also noted species that were not encountered in Fiji, so there were new listed species for Fiji, increasing our biodiversity. These are images from the Great Sea Reef. While conducting science expeditions, we also reach out to a number of communities to hear their feedback, also to understand what this meant for maritime communities, the challenges that they were facing, and how research helps them to better understand the ecosystems and better manage them. These are all different species that are present in our waters. Thank you. So just on my last slide, I would like to share a message. We talk about economy and environment, but really for Pacific Islanders, for countries like Fiji, this is survival. Protecting the ocean means protecting our identity, livelihood, and ourselves. Vinata. We will have 3 questions based on the presentation that we had today. So the first one is, if anyone can share the theme for this year's World Maritime Day. No one was paying attention. There are prizes if you answer.
Yeah, man.
We have 2 people now.
Our obligation and our opportunities.
Sorry, you have to put your hand up and then we'll choose the person who was first. So,
Our ocean, our application, and our obscenity.
it's those 3 but in a different order. So we'll move to the next person.
Next one, yeah.
Our ocean, obligation, our opportunity.
on Fiji's EEZ. What's the size of Fiji's EEZ?
Fiji's EEZ encompasses 1.29 meters. Meters square. 1.29 meters square of the ocean.
Sorry. The next one.
1.29 square kilometer.
Meter.
1.29 billion kilometers square.
You are correct. It is up to 200 nautical miles, but I want the area.
miles. 200 miles.
Can you keep the mic to him?
It's 1.29 square kilometers. Meter, 1.29 million. Kilometers square.
Square kilometers. And the last one, approximately how many coastal communities? Are directly dependent. Unfortunately, the first one came from that. Thank you. Thank you everyone for listening and taking part. I hope we all take care of our ocean and its environment.
Okay, thank you ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So that's the first presentation done. And after each presentation, they will ask 3 questions and they have 3 giveaways if you answer the right question. And we once again acknowledge the country manager of Blue Prosperity Fiji, Ms. Sarah Sharma. And as she has explained that the Blue Prosperity Fiji program is a government initiative and it looks after our ocean space and ocean management. Okay, can we have some music please before the next presenter? And while we also relax. So, yes, to our students in the house, our next presentation will be on a doctorship program and will be presented by Ansaini Tukana. And follow that. So listen very carefully and she might ask questions on the presentation as well. Please let's welcome Ms. Ansel Tukana. Come on, walk left.
Assistant Minister for Public Works, Transport and Meteorological Services in Fiji, Mr. Lisa Pinoteva, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, very good morning to you all. It is indeed an honor to be here today to present on the Adoptaship Program, a unique initiative that is making a positive impact on our children, our schools, and the future of maritime in the Pacific. Today I'll be sharing how the Adoptaship Program has been successfully implemented in our pilot schools here in Fiji, the positive impact it has had on both students and teachers, and how it is now expanding across the Pacific. Most importantly, we will see how this initiative is building awareness of shipping, inspiring future maritime leaders, and supporting a collective vision for a stronger and more inclusive maritime future. With that, let me begin by briefly introducing what the adoptaship is and why it matters so much for our children, our communities, and the Pacific as a whole. Next slide, please. Adoptaship provides a free, well-proven teaching tool for teachers that can easily be integrated into their school subjects, and also provides educational benefits and maritime professional career opportunities for all children as it increases maritime awareness. Students learn about geography, ship's trading patterns, sea environment, etc. That will help them with mathematics when it comes to plotting, campus reading, and so on. Adoptaship is an effort to open up wider horizons for the children. Children through the Adoptaship Program make a mental journey into the vast world of shipping. The interdisciplinary approach of the program enables the children to gain first-hand impression about shipping industry and consider shipping in their choice of career in the future. The Adoptaship Program will enlighten the public on the merit of shipping and increases the overall awareness of the very positive and vital roles of the shipping industry. Next slide, please. A brief history of the adoptaship. The program was initiated in Cyprus through the Cyprus Shipping Chambers in 2006 to bring together students and seafarers on board ships in order to provide to children a real-world learning experience about shipping. In 2017, the program expanded its coverage to include the seafarers and students from the Philippines, India, Poland, and Greece. In February 2024, the program extended to the Pacific. The program was introduced to the region by George Hoyt, the Adoptaship International Global Coordinator and IMO Goodwill Maritime Investor at Adoptaship International during the 3rd Pacific Women in Maritime Association's conference in Cairns, Australia in 2023, where the Pacific Coordinator was nominated. And in 2024 to 2025, more than 100,000 participated in Cyprus, Philippines, India, USA, Greece, and the Pacific. Next slide, please. The objectives of the program seeks to bridge the gap between the maritime industry and schools by facilitating interactive learning experiences between seafarers and primary school students. This initiative aims to eliminate gender biases and encourage all students to explore the vast career opportunities available in the maritime sector. Next slide. Why do the children need to learn and to be aware of shipping?
I might say shipping is the hidden engine of the world. The children benefit from understanding it earlier. So shipping connects the world. That almost 90% of global trade moves by sea. So the children are taught that the clothes they wear, some of the food that are on their table, and even some of their school supplies are likely to be shipped over by the ships and the seafarers. Future of career opportunities, the adoptership helps children see shipping and maritime as possible career paths, not just for men, but also for women. Understanding global trade, it teaches them how countries depend on one another through ships and sea lanes. Safety and environment, children learn how shipping impacts ocean safety, marine life, and the environment, and how responsible shipping protects our ocean. Respect for seafarers, shipping is often invisible to the public. By learning about it, children gain awareness of and appreciation for seafarers, their hard work and sacrifices. It builds global citizenship, it connects them with people across the world, showing how important cooperation and responsibility are in a global community. On the slide, you'll see something we named as said reality. Seafarers miss quality times with their families when they are away in ships. This is what children are being taught in this program. They miss their children's birthdays, death of close family members, spending time or spending Christmas with their families, and so on. Think about the mobile phones you have, the cars you're driving around, the TVs in your living room, and etc. Who is bringing those over from America, India, Australia, and so on. What and who makes it possible for you to visit our outer islands and transport essential cargoes? Of course, it is the seafarers who transported essential cargoes, including food supplies, the building materials, and medical equipments, etc. This program helps to raise awareness about the shipping industry and the sacrifices made by the seafarers. They are our unsung heroes. Next slide. Can you move the slide back? Back, please. Back, please. Thank you. And how does the basic adoptership operate? Adoptership involves three parties. They are the students, the teachers, and the seafarers. The students and the seafarers, they will communicate, and this communication will be filtered by their teachers. Next slide, please. Before the program is even introduced to the students, they will be given a pre-test, which serves as a baseline assessment of children's knowledge, attitudes, and perceptions related to the program's goals and objectives. This helps teachers and coordinators understand the starting point and allows them to measure the impact of the program by comparing pre-test and post-test results. After the pre-test survey, the adoptership program is introduced to the students. Each class will be given a ship to adopt. They will be briefed on the type of ship, its trading patterns, who is the captain, the crews, etc. The children are always eager to ask if there are women seafarers also on their adopted ship. The children, with the assistance of their teacher, commands direct email communication with the ships or crews of their adopted ship. Through this communication, the children learn about the ship, its daily activities of captain and crews, the cargoes that their adopted ship is carrying, the trading patterns of the adopted ship, the loading and unloading ports, and any other information they may request. Next slide, please. And then the program was introduced to Fiji. The program was introduced here in Fiji through my role as the adoptership international coordinator in the Pacific. Successful collaboration with the Ministry for Education led to the choosing of the 3 pilot schools namely St. Anne's Primary School, Maritime Primary School, and Gospel Primary School, to test the program and also showcase and lead the way to further expansion in Fiji and the Pacific region. Next slide, please. The program was launched here in Fiji by the Ministry of Education, a first in the Pacific, with the support from SPC, the fantastic work of Dr. Ship International, Fiji Women Maritime Association, in collaboration with Fiji's Ministry of Education. This initiative was launched on March 12, 2024. Director TVET of the Ministry of Education, Mr. Soa Taurimbau, in his opening remarks, he highlighted that what makes this achievement so remarkable is that this program can be a beneficial tool to address gender parity, safety awareness, and maritime environment pollution. Fiji became the first Pacific island country to pilot the initiative. The launch marked a milestone in connecting students with seafarers at sea, promoting ocean literacy and opening pathways for boys and girls to consider careers in the maritime industry. That this beneficial initiative, he believes, will certainly benefit the people of Fiji citizens, efficiently address gender parity, safety awareness, marine environment, and maritime pollution. And the effort demonstrates the Pacific in a collective approach in sustaining the UN SDG 5 approach, in achieving gender equality, and empowering all women and girls. Next slide, please. And then we started to visit the school to help them with the rolling of the program. So the program starts with the distribution of world maps with sea lanes, and these are tools to engage students in tracking their adopted ships, understand global shipping routes, learn about maritime safety, and connect with the importance of oceans and trade in a visual and interactive way. Next slide, please. And then the classes start with the Adopt a Ship program. The Adopt a Ship program creates an exciting link between students and the maritime world. Through weekly updates from vessels and shared learning resources, children are able to follow the journeys of ships as they sail the oceans. This experience helps students better understand geography, international trade routes, and the important role of seafarers in global shipping. Students did not only learn from textbooks, but are also virtually sailing with ships across the world. The program is sparking curiosity, building awareness, and shaping a love for the ocean among young learners. It also highlights the wide range of opportunities within the maritime sector, showing that careers at sea and on shore is open to both boys and girls. By connecting classrooms to the ocean, the program fosters a deeper sense of responsibility, opportunity, and obligation towards our sea and the maritime industry. Next slide, please. And then we measure the success of the program, its success and its impact. However, the average participation rate for all three schools is approximately 69.39%, which is still a good indicator that the students are interested in involving themselves in the program. Next slide, please. And then we also gauge the program impact with Maris Brothers Primary School. Maris have 48 students participating in this program, so we wanted to see the pass rate of all the students to identify if there will be any increase in the numbers at the end of the program. So you can see there on the graph that the number. Next slide, please. That the number have increased. The adoption program boosted Maris Primary pass rate from 43 to 71%, showing how much students gained in maritime knowledge. Next slide, please. And then we have the program impact with Gospel Primary School. Gospel Primary School's pass rate increased So this shows that the program has effectively improved their maritime knowledge. Next slide, please. And then we have St. Anne's Primary School. Out of the 3 pilot schools, St. Anne's had the highest program from pre-test to post-test with an improvement rate of 45.46%. So that is how we gauge the impact and the success of the program we have tested in those 3 schools. And it was followed by, next slide please. It was followed by feedback from teachers. There you can see those are the teachers of the 3 schools that we tested the program on. And we have summarized their feedback as the adoptership program successfully broadened students' knowledge of shipping, seafarers, and the global trade, while also highlighting women's role in maritime and sparking strong interest among both boys and girls. Interactions through questions and answers with captains, videos, maps, and activities made learning exciting, improved teamwork, and encouraged communication skills. Their key challenges included limited class time, communication barriers, lack of live sessions, and the need for more engaging resources. Going forward, teachers emphasized the importance of better scheduling, practical digital tools, stronger support for the Ministry of Education and school leaders, increased crew interaction, more visual content, and expanding the program to allow deeper learning and sustained interest in maritime careers. Next slide, please. We also have the feedbacks from our captains who participated in this program. And the adoptership program successfully expanded students' knowledge of shipping and seafarers, the vital role that they play while inspiring girls by highlighting women's contributions in maritime. Question and answers, sessions, videos, maps, and activities boosted excitement, teamwork, and communication among the children. Key challenges included limited time, communication gaps, few live sessions, and low awareness of women's roles. Captains recommend better scheduling, digital tools, more crew interaction, stronger education support, richer visuals, and a longer program to sustain students' interest in maritime careers. Next slide, please. And the program have expanded to the Solomon Islands. So the Solomon Islands Women in Maritime Association, with the assistance of the Adoptership International Coordinator Pacific, introduced the program to the Solomon Islands with Woodford International School, becoming the first to participate, and highlights the leadership of women in maritime, the spirit of regional collaboration. And now, as we're speaking, the program is ongoing in the Solomons. Next slide, please. And here we wanted to show you what the students, the activities that they are taking part in their class. So with the materials and answers to the questions from the captains of the adopted ships, and the adopted ship is Papa Mau, captained by Captain Anasala Mambarabi. It helps them understand more on the maritime industry. The students at Woodford International School started making connections to the program, researching and creating presentations, posters, and questions to support their learning. Next slide, please. So we have the challenges and lessons learned here in Fiji. And this slide summarizes both the challenges faced and the lessons learned, which provide direction for strengthening the adoptership program moving forward. Next slide, please. The way forward for the program. This slide highlights the proposed way forward, ensuring that the adoptership program continues to grow and inspire future generations, as this inspirational initiative connects young people to the shipping world in a really tangible way, improving their knowledge and firing their imagination. Next slide, please. So it's the end of our last slide. Ladies and gentlemen, as we reflect on this year's theme, our ocean, our obligation, our opportunity, the adoptership program stands as a living example of what this means in practice. Our ocean sustains life and livelihoods across the Pacific. Through adoptership, we are nurturing ocean awareness in our children, ensuring they grow with a sense of stewardship and pride in the blue Pacific. Our obligation is clear: to empower the next generation with knowledge of maritime safety, sustainability, and equality. This program, while connecting classrooms to ships, it also opens doors for our young people, showing them that the maritime world is theirs to be part of. And within this obligation lies our greatest opportunity. By engaging students, governments, ship owners, agencies, and international partners, we are creating pathways for Pacific youth to step confidently into maritime careers as future seafarers, leaders, and decision makers. So I leave you with this call to action. Let us continue to expand adoptership across Fiji and the Pacific. Let us give every child a chance to know the ocean, value it, and see their future in it. Together, we can ensure that our ocean remains not only our heritage, but our greatest opportunity. Sincere thanks to the International Maritime Organization, the Pacific Community, Fiji Women Maritime Association, Ministry of Education, teachers and students of St. Anne's, Maris Primary, Gospel Primary, and the captains of the adopted ships, Captain Anna Salal Maravi, Captain Henry Sanaitu, Captain Joshua Windobi and Sai Italy, as well as all others who supported the piloting of the program in Fiji. Binaka Wakalevu, and happy World Maritime Day to you all. Questions for students who are here today? While listening to my presentations, what special tool do students use to track their adopted ship's location during the program? Yes? Come again?
Maps, ma'am.
Maps with?
Compass.
I'll give you the answer, I'll give you the prize too. It's a world map with sea lanes. Second question, why is shipping important around the world?
Essential for global trade, essential for global economy, and major source of employment.
Thank you. And the last question, how many schools in Fiji took part in the test phase of the adoption program and Navy schools? 5%. And the names?
Maris, St. Anne's, and Gospel.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for listening, and thank you for your patience, and thank you for your attention as we completed that presentation with Mr. Sani Tukano, who is the International Coordinator of Adopted Ship Program here in the Pacific, and we've come to learn about their initiative, bridging the gap between you young students and the maritime industry. As she has put it, it's a sad reality where shipping benefits everyone and it goes unnoticed all the time, and they are starting at the primary school level so that they create this awareness with our students, and we congratulate them for the success in their program for the 3 pilot schools, as well as we are proud to be the first in the Pacific to pilot that. But as the Assistant Minister puts it, we have the pride, but that is the responsibility. And well, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the final presentation for the day. Thank you for your attention, and more bags are still here to give away. So please continue to listen, and this is the final presentation, and I'll invite Kini Turgangalelai on trash. Please let's welcome him once again.
Good evening, everyone. I acknowledge our chief guest, I also extend my sincere greetings to the distinguished guests, representatives, and everyone present here today. On behalf of Treasury Pacific, we now congratulate MCF and the organizers for giving us this platform. With that, allow me to share a slide with the Treasury Pacific. How we started with Treasury Pacific is we consulted our first site at Nantera site, that's behind Rishikul Primary. We consulted with the UNDP and they had funding for 3 months. This was opened last year on World Environment Day. Installation consideration. There are a few sectors that we choose before considering a site, depending on the type of river, the type of waste we want to trap, and the width and the length of the river. A holistic approach that we came with was aligning with SDGs, also using the 3L approach, low tech, low cost, and locally manufactured. We also wanted to partner with councils. With Nantera, we partnered with National Council. We are already in talks with the Suva City Council. Last week we had a meeting with Singapore Council, and as of yesterday our team had a meeting with Nandi and Lotoka. We did a little brainstorming. We came with a 3L approach. Design depends on current, type of plastics to trap, river width, and the river depth. We wanted to design something that's easy to mobilize. The mesh frames can be tailored to trap the type of trap that we want, the type of waste we want to trap, and not one size fits all. This is, by the way, the one at Nambukalo Creek. Later, with our pilot that we started at Nantera, we started collecting data. Just a few of those categories: fiber, plastic, glass, metals, organic, hazard waste, electronics, CND, which is construction and demolition, and textiles. As you can see, with the first week of data, we started collecting soft plastics, nappies and hygiene, plastic bottles, and a few other trashes that were all packed in garbage bags. So what some of us do, we just pack everything in one garbage bag, we wait for heavy rainfall, and we just dump it behind our drain. Plastic bottle, by the way, is always the highest in number. Reporting on trash collection, this is our data from Nambukalo. Again, plastic bottles on 41 kg. This is a weekly data, by the way. After a few weeks, our plastic bottles started decreasing. This is because what happens is we trap plastic bottles, so it's easier for people who collect plastics to use to recycle at Coca-Cola. So they just come and they collect their plastic bottles. We did an upcycling at Baisari. The community name was Waikar Caring Forum Settlement. 146 households, 647 population, 45% unemployment rate. Our first workshop, we had 14 participants, where 9 participants expressed strong interest in registering a business. This is just a few reality, some type of trash that we gets caught up on our trash boom. With Nantera, we launched our first pilot program with Nantera Primary School, and the students actually had to be involved in this collection. But after getting a few needles, etc., we had to stop and we had to involve the youth in the collection. Our progress in Fiji, we have 4 systems installed so far in Fiji. Our Trash Room 1 at Nandara, funded by UNDP. Trash Room 2, Savura Road Catchment, that was for the authority. Trash Room 3, Nambukolo Creek with the Ministry of Environment. And our latest is Trash Room 4, Wisari, sponsored by YPL, Young Pacific Leaders. We have a fifth one coming, probably next week or the other week at Bailey Bridge. Involving registered youth community groups. This is youth in Moala, known as Moala Youth Club. They do the collection and reporting as community monitors, safety, OHS gaps, sorting infrastructure gap, and it's a youth-driven project now. Again, at Vesari, this is our community-based group. With Vesari community, we have 3 local Fijian companies coming together to form this project, which is TBP, Trash Room Pacific, which is us, Lendua Arts Collection, and Environmental Services Pacific. Environmental Services Pacific, they do our water testing. They are scientists. And Lendua Arts is the lady on the right-hand corner. She collects trash and upcycles it or recycles it and sells it as an art. So this is funded by YPL. Can you just go right? Yeah. Funded by YPL, and Lendua does a training community for upcycling, and then we come in as in backing up our data with the environmental testing the water. As I mentioned earlier, we've got Coca-Cola coming on board. They wanna fund the trash room that will be soon installing at Bailey Bridge. This was a bit difficult one as we had to allow boat access. So we have done the design. Now, as of yesterday, we started fabrication. We wanna install this next week. We've also got international secondary school coming on board. They're year 11 students, part of their ocean program. They have selected their own sites, which is the creek behind Vinod Patel at Center Point. Funding by International Secondary School with 20% co-funding from Trash Room Pacific. Fabrication and training will be involved. Students will also be involved in this. We've also partnered with Super Rugby and Fiji Airways. This was pitched by Fiji Airways to the Crusaders team after their game this year with Fijian Rua. They auctioned their jersey, their game jersey. We've got the funding finalized from the auction. They'll be flying over to Fiji in November to launch their trash room in Nadi River. This is something new that we've been doing. We started with Fatuanga River. We call it Panel Against Plastic Initiative. We started off with Fatuanga River. We started off at the bridge and we went all the way up to Sridan Motors or Pure Fiji. We plan to expand to Business House and participate, seeking funds for cleanup. This will be launched on starting October 25th. As you can see, as Honorable Portuguese was talking about mangroves, this is how the reality of our mangroves at this moment. Where we want to get to. Currently what we are doing is we have our booms installed at streams catching all this trash. We collect this trash, we weigh them for data, we do our separation, and then we hand it over to the councils as they collect trash. What we want to do now is we want to close that loop. We want to have a workshop or a facility where we can start recycling or upcycling. We want to do value adding, a second life to waste, a data sharing, and more on storytelling. We know how level. We'll move on to the questions now. So I'm sure question 2 was already asked. So to be fair, I'll change question 2, just to be fair. So how many systems have we installed so far in Fiji? 4 is correct. So instead of what is the theme, I'm changing the question to our second last slide. We started an initiative called Battle Against Plastic. Our first dreamer was... Sorry? Patuanga River is correct, thank you. And the third question, which school will be embarking on their trash bomb project soon? Yes, Cathedral.
International.
International Airline?
Secondary school.
Thank you, that's correct. International Secondary School. So that's a little work we are doing here at Trash Bomb Pacific. Once again, not one of the nicest chief guests in everyone here at the given time. Have a good one.
Well, there you are, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Thank you very much, Mr. Kini Turalalai, the team leader projects and community development on Trash Boom Pacific. So when you talk about Trash Boom, you know what it looks like, yeah? Remember, you can go and place that in your super grammar school room. It has to be in the river. Yes, very interesting data being presented, and we are great to learn about your partnership with the communities, especially with the involvement of our young people. Well, that completes the 3 presentations, but I can see that there are 3 more bags here, and it is my job to give that away. So, before we just go for the tour, 3 more questions for you. Okay. I have been given a long list of questions, but some have been asked. What do you understand by the word seafarer? There can be many answers to this. There can be many answers. What do you understand? Stand up. Introduce yourself. Where are you from? Where do you live? And your answer?
Sales.
Thank you. I'll give you the... Okay. The questions I'm going to give you can have many answers. Okay? Alright, my next question, what is important for children to learn about our ocean? Yes, at the back, right at the back. You have to introduce yourself as well. And speak up.
My name is Aileen, and I'm from Tuvalu. And what's the question first?
Why is it important for children of Tuvalu to learn about the ocean?
So that we could take care of sea life daily with the ocean.
I'll give it to you. Thank you very much. Alright, and this is my final question. Name a ministry responsible for pollution in our country. All right. Okay, we'll get to that.
Bulaganaka, my name is Sonia. I'm from Mombiti, Mombatico, and my answer is MCF.
You are wrong. MSAP is not a ministry. It's a statutory body. Okay, let's give it to one of the students in the middle. In the middle. Use the microphone. Introduce yourself.
Hola, my name is Torres Apa. I'm from the beautiful island of Rotuma.
Who says it's beautiful? Continue. Thank you. Congratulations. Yes, that's what. Okay, let's just round it off before we give away more water bottles. I think I'm being told. Yes, as we reflect on this year's World Maritime Day celebration, we reflect, as the chief guest has shared it, on our shared responsibility, to protect, to sustain, and harness the ocean wisely. And we've heard it from the three presentations that we have heard with us. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and on behalf of the organizers, I extend my heartfelt appreciation to our chief guest. Please let's have a round of appreciation. Raising our questions this morning, our distinguished guests, our partners, stakeholders, and the students, teachers, and everyone who are here today. So let's continue to work together for a future where the ocean remains a source of prosperity, peace, and unity. So we'll round it off here at the main tent, as we'll give you the time to go and visit the tents. We'll also an official party to go for refreshments, visit the booths, and also visit the facilities that are here. And hope happy World Maritime Day to everybody. So I invite Mr. Pena once again to escort our official party for refreshments. And while they are going away, and before we move on, we'll give away some more. Okay, just raise your hand. Get the microphone, please. Come back in. Now, name a government agency that is responsible for ships and seafarers. MSF. Thank you. I'll give it to you. It's not MSF. It's not MSF. It's MSF. Okay. This does not go to the students of Maritime. This goes to the secondary school students. What is the long form of MSF? Come on, long form of MSF. All right, at the back. Right at the back. Sorry, forgot. Remember, you have to introduce yourself first before you give your answer. Introduce yourself first.
My name is Cecil. I'm from Romebit, Batiki, Nengan. The long form of MSAF is Maritime Safety Authority of Fiji.
That's right, and spell MSAF. Thank you, I'll give you two. Okay, this is the next giveaway question. Name at least two of the common pollutants found in the sea. Two. Okay. All right, there.
Plastic and oil.
Introduce yourself first.
My name is Jocelyn. I'm from Rambi. The answer is plastic and oil.
Thank you. We'll give it to you. The next question, give three of marine pollution. Okay, just give one of marine. You're in front. Okay, stand up. Introduce yourself first. Okay, tell me where you're from. From Kandawu. And your answer? Oil pollution. You never will tell me that. Okay, everyone, you are now free to retire and visit the booths as well as visit the facilities. I'm sure there will be coordinators to the teachers who are in the house who their coordinators will be guiding you as you go along. Once again, nakapagalebu for your attention and a happy World Maritime Day.
secondary schools. Secondary schools, if you can move to booth number 2, that is on my right, your lunch is being prepared here. We have your DMC ready for you. So secondary school students only, not everybody.
This is the model of the slipway 1010. This one is the cradle. This cradle will go into the water. So the operator will operate that and bring this cradle down. Once the cradle is under the water, then the vessel will come, sit on top, and the winds will pull it up. Come down. 0 by 2. 0. One of some borrowed chicken, one is already done, then put it back in the water. So that's the winch house. The operator will be there. Once we reach the water, the cradle will go down and the boat will start to sink. Ready to go. After that, the cradle will go up. When we do the operation to uphold one vessel, so the cradle will come down. We set the block, the cradle will come on the water, so the boat will come, sit on the cradle. So we go up to take the operator to pull the vessel up. Okay, pull up.
To all our Maritime students, can you please look for Helen? She'll be there in charge of your lunch.
So this is for the mission, it's a warrior. And then so we're at the same medical ship. It's got 2 containers there, which has got dental and optometry in them. They go mainly around to the outer islands. So tonight at 2300, 11 o'clock, we sail to Kandavu. We're at Kandavu, Soso and Dramani for a week. And then we'll come back to Suva again. So every week, every 2 weeks, we go to Kandavu. We've been to Banga, Rambi, Now Island, Tuvalu. So going around to there doing eye care and then dental care. So all of us are volunteers on board. But yeah, this is more about what they do. So this is like the containers. So fully decked out to do dentistry. We have Fijian dentists, we have Kiwi dentists, all over. We have a dentist from Germany last week. So all of the volunteers who come in. So this is a dental unit that they do. And we have the ones in New Zealand as well. This was a medical ship leaving New Zealand last year. Last year, yes.
So you just have only one vessel?
Is one vessel. Yeah, this is that's the vessel. One vessel, but we've been going for about 4 years in Fiji, providing about 12,000 Fijians. Really, it's a Christian ministry. Not everyone on board is believers, but we don't bother. That's not why we're here. We're here to serve God's called us on to serve Fijians. He's really made it clear to us. So we're just here for that, man. What do you guys do? Are you guys to school or?
We are representing South Situl, Justice DL, tagging company President Silva. If you have any questions, please do ask. We're both engineers in the company, and these are our cadets in the back.
This is government shipping service booth. As you can see, we've got displays here. Mainly our role as a department of GSS, Government Shipping Service, we are responsible for promoting and facilitating in accordance with government policies, in line with IMO regulations and priorities. We are national needs for sea transportation, and that is through provision of government shipping, maritime navigational aids. We have a meeting with Fiji's safety, maritime safety authority of Fiji, and also with that we follow more like rules and regulations that are in line with the SOLAS regulations, MAPOL regulations that is regulated by IMO. That is mainly our purpose here, our role as a department in the government shipping service. The mission mainly to support the government through rural and outer island development strategy through provisions of shipping and related service, as well as vessels for deployment, thereby improving standards for living in the outer islands or the maritime islands. As you can see in the display here, we got some LSEs or life-saving appliances that are available on board that we use in the on-board our vessel during emergencies, which we are trying to advocate to show the public, to show the children of our next generation what we use on board when there is an emergency. Thank you very much.
Eu, Rama.
Ntar nggak bisa kan? Rumah cerita pak. Mana? Pakai tangan kamu dan tinggal kamu. Kalau sendiri deh. Putar enggak? Nah, kamu nak boy. Ayo turun ke sini. Mira, yang mana? Claro, niña. Yo acho que vamos ir. Muda. Untuk sana kuantar lagi gini tabukut.
Ayan, kamu sali.
The ocean sustains life on Earth as we know it. It allows us to breathe and regulate our climate. The ocean brings food to our table, connects people across continents, and provides global blueways for the ships which transport 80% of world trade. But our ocean is under threat. Plastic pollution, rising temperatures, acidification, overfishing. Our oceans is struggling to keep up with human pressure. The ocean's decline isn't a coincidence. It's driven by human activities, but it also means that we have the power to reverse it. It is our obligation to work collaboratively to reduce pollution, protect marine life, and shift to sustainable habits. Protecting and restoring the ocean is not just a duty, it is our opportunity to build a healthier planet, stronger economies, and a safer future for generations to come.